Welcome back. I decided to make another playthrough video of the game called Creature, and this time I'm gonna go a bit slower. I'm gonna go through turns. I'm gonna explain more about the game, and I need to apply some changes I have made to the game to see how they work. So the first change is I update these cards. So now we also have the Marine, which I'm gonna use in this playthrough. As you can see, Marine is more better with the combat. Right from the start, when my health is high, I already have a +2 to combat, and later on, if I manage to advance, I can even get more bonuses in the combat track. With the stamina, I'm kind of the same as the normal diver guy, but as you can see, if my health goes lower, I'm gonna have problems in stamina and moving around. Also, this card with the rig status, it also has two sides. So the other side is marked with emergency, and as you can see, the modifiers to the pressure, temperature, and hull are actually worst in this case, because on this side you're always gonna have at least +2 to hull, or only -2 to the pressure. But as you can see here, is like hull is whatever you roll, and the pressure and the temperature are d6 +1. I wouldn't suggest you play with this mod because it's really hardcore. So I'm gonna play the standard one. Alright, so first of all, as I said, I'm actually using one of the suggested setting for the map, this Yutani rig. As you can see, it's pre-made, and it's one of the, let's say, easier ones, because you have 3 spots where you can actually heal yourself and upgrade your stamina. Also, I'm just gonna go through it and slowly, as I said, and explain everything. So first of all, I need to set my flare sheet. I already done that. Health is 6. My combat is 3, and my stamina is 3, as always. Then I'm gonna spawn myself on the rig. So let's roll 1d6 to check on which part of the map. So number 3. Let's see where that is. It's in the here. So medical. As you can see, medical is B3. So that's how you know in which section. And then I'm gonna roll again to see in which room. In room number 1. So rooms are also, as you can see, rooms are also like marked. So that's where I'm going to spawn. Alright, then we're gonna check in which what is the situation with the rig. So first I'm gonna roll for the hull. So the hull is gonna be 2 plus 2. It's gonna be 4. Not great, but not terrible. The pressure, let's check the pressure. It's gonna be 4 minus 2. It's gonna be 2, which is good, because the lower the pressure, it's better. Same with the temperature. The lower the temperature is, it's also good for the game. Okay, 2 minus 2. Well, you can't go on 0, so this will be 1. Nice. There are no any fires on the rig. Well, there is one small fire, but nothing serious. Then we're gonna check which of these critical modules, these orange rooms, are actually damaged, like these ones. So this is why we use these little damage cubes. So as always, by default, lifeboat always starts damaged. Then we're gonna roll 5 times for the rest of these. So let's see. We just checking the basically number of the section of the map. So in this case, it's AI core, it's 6. So this will go to the main computer room. And I changed that only orange rooms can be damaged. So there are no like damage, like if I roll the medical, there is no critical module in the medical, so nothing will happen. Okay, let's continue rolling for the second cube. So that's another 6, which means we don't place another cube, because this is already damaged. We actually start filling this little damage status bar, going from bottom to top and from right to left. So as you can see, this little X on the card, that's where we place this cube. and we continue rolling. So for now only the main computer is damaged. Then we get a 4. 4 is the processing unit is damaged, or processing unit. Okay. Another 4. So we just place the cube here. And the last cube is 1. 1 is the main communication dish. So this is also damaged. Alright. So now about some rules with the damage system. So, as I said before, if the main computer is down, you can't use tram stations. Also, if the fusion reactor is down, you can't use tram stations. So, this is the core components that actually makes the tram system work. Okay, so if one of these are damaged, tram is down. So right now I can't use tram stations. If the main communication dish is down, I will not be able to launch my lifeboat. Also, for the lifeboat to work, main computer and fusion reactor also need to be working. So with these two down, I can't launch my lifeboat. I can fix it, but I can't launch it. Okay. Then that's important if I ever want to like finish this game by abandoning the station with the lifeboat. Now, if I want to kill the creature, which is really hard to do, the processing unit must be working, because if I win a fight in a processing unit room, I win by default. It's just gonna be pulverized. Creature is gonna be destroyed in the like ore we are processing here. Another thing with the ore processing unit is, as long it is not working, whenever the pressure on temperature rises, the hull is gonna lose 1 integrity. Actually no, sorry, let me check my rules. No, whenever the pressure on temperature rises, either the pressure or temperature is gonna also rise additional number. So that's kinda bad, because like if temperature rises by 1, it's gonna rise for additional 1, so going from 1 to 3 basically. So this is kind of priority I need to do right now to fix the ore processing unit. Sorry about that. I'm having my rules in front of me, so I'm checking, because as I said, this is work in progress. Now, while the main computer is down, whenever I want to use computers, these little icons here, usually I need to use only one action, but with the main computer down, now I need to do additional action to use computer. So using computer is now 2 actions. Fixing stuff is always 3 actions. Using a lifeboat to escape when it's fixed, you need 5 actions to do that. So basically you need really good roll to escape on that turn. If hydroponics were down, using these medical stations, these ones with the crosses, would also need additional action. So using like a medical station, computers and these power nodes always cost 1 action unless there is some breakage. So for instance, if the fusion reactor is down, using the power nodes cost also additional action. So basically power nodes are connected to fusion reactor, computers are actually connected to the main computer, and these healing stations are connected to hydroponics. About the armory, like these little gun icons, cameras and security turrets, they work differently. Let me explain quickly. So whenever I use an action in armory, I can increase my combat on this track by 1. Whenever you increasing something, it goes from left to right. Also, whenever I use a computer, I can either activate cameras or security turrets. How they work is like this. If I have a creature in the room with camera and I use a computer, I can basically transport that creature in any adjacent sector with the camera. So basically I can check the camera and I see the creature is not actually here, it is here. Okay, so I can do that. Or maybe I said it's here. So if I cleverly do this, I'm gonna buy some time. Okay, I'm gonna move the creature away from myself as much as possible. Now, if the creature is in, let's say here, with this security turret, and I use a computer, now I can activate the turrets as long they are connected to the section where I am. So for instance, if I'm here, where's my little cube? Ah, yeah, I'm actually spawned here. But let's say I'm in this sector and I'm using computer. So these sectors are connected to my current card. As you can see, they are orthogonally connected. So if the creature is here, I can use this computer and activate security turret. Security turrets remove creatures from the map and increase my combat. So that's something I probably want to do, but you know, say some circumstances must happen for me to be able to do that. Okay, I'm starting here. So these are all the icons and explanations. So as you see, computer has like two things he can do. It can activate cameras and security turrets. Power nodes. When I use power nodes, I can lower either temperature or pressure. Now, during your turn, you can only use it once per your turn. So for instance, you can't stand on the power node and if you have 3 action, use it 3 times. That's impossible. You can only use it once per turn. Same with the computer, same with the using ventilation shafts, increasing your combat in armory and so on. Now, healing stations. I use one action, I can heal myself, or I can increase my stamina. So that's two things the healing stations can do. Alright, so now let's continue. I said we know in which condition the station is. It is time to spawn our creature. So let's check where it's going to actually spawn. We roll for the sector. It's going to be 3. It's going to spawn. Jesus, it's in the same sector where I am. It will be funny if it's the same room. Yeah, it's the same room. Well, when this happens, instead of placing the creature on your first turn, it's interesting that this happened. I actually like it. Instead of placing the creature with you on the same room, you place it out of the station. So it's gonna spawn later on its turn somewhere else. We don't know where. Also, I need to, whenever you spawning creature, you need to check for its state. So let's just see in which state it is. It is actually angry. The creature is angry. And it's gonna spawn later, which I really don't like. Because if you see here under the angry section, there are some ambushes. Actually, there are 1, 2, 3. Yeah, half of these events are ambushes. And when the creature is out of the station, and if I roll the ambush, it's gonna immediately spawn in the room where I am. Just gonna, you know, jump in and attack me. So I really don't like this situation right now. So, what's my plan? Well, my plan is to fix the processing unit first, I guess. It's the closest to me. And if you remember from the previous playthroughs, I can use ventilation shafts to move to adjacent section, so from one ventilation shaft to another. The problem is, whenever I use a ventilation shaft, the creature is gonna change state. Well, in this case, I actually would like that to happen, because, you know, if it goes from angry to alerted or agitated, I'm gonna be it's gonna be much safer for me. So, on my turn, and we're starting the first turn, I need to roll 1d6 and then decide where do I want to lock it down, or combat or stamina, we'll see. So I roll a 1. Well, that's not that good, to be honest. I have an option. I can reroll this dice, but if I do that, I immediately have to do one of the events. And I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm rerolling the dice. That's the first thing you need to do. Okay, I'm gonna place this into combat. And now I'm gonna do one of these events. Now, since this dice is locked, I only have 2 dice to use. We have a component limitation, which is kind of bad for me because lower numbers on this little table are actually worse. So let's see. Okay, I got a 7. So let's see. The event fired out. It says fire detected in sector D6. So the temperature is gonna rise by 1, and if I'm in that sector, I'm gonna take a wound. So let's see which sector is it. Of course, it's sector 1, right where I am. So some things will happen. First of all, as you can see, temperature is gonna rise by +1. It's gonna go to 2, but because the ore processing unit is down, it's gonna rise again. It's gonna go to 3. Next thing that will happen, as you can see, I need to take 1 wound. Now there is no save roll against this wound. You can't use like your shield from the truck to stop that. So I'm gonna go from 6 to 5 health. And now my turn basically starts. So I place this into the combat section, which means my combat right now is 5. Actually more, because as you can see, I'm using Marine. He's already have a +1 on this base and +2, so that's +3 to my 3. I have a 6 combat right now, so that's good if the creature attacks me to defend myself. But I only have 3 stamina. Okay, so that's how many actions I can do this turn. So let's run toward the ventilation shaft and let's try to get to the ore processing unit. Now, as I said on the previous playthrough, when I move, I actually have to use these doors. These are the doors. So my movement is going to be 1, 2, 3. Now, if I had additional action, I would actually try to hide myself. That's when you place it. Just cover the number of the room. That's gonna mark it and it's gonna announce that you're hiding, but I can't even do that right now. I don't have enough actions. Alright, time for creature to activate. So the creature is gonna spawn and it is angry right now. So let's see what will happen. Okay, it's gonna be number 2. Because it's normal movement without the ambush, it's gonna spawn first. I can actually place this here to remember. It's gonna spawn first and then it's gonna activate this. Now if you check this number 2 activation, it says it's gonna move D6 after spawning, and then if it attacks, it's gonna kill me. I don't have the defense against this. It kills means it's just gonna kill me and the game's gonna be over. So this is kinda bad. That's what happens when the creature is angry. So let's see where it's gonna spawn, and let's hope it's not gonna be in medical bay. And of course it's in the medical bay. Oh my god. Well, this playthrough could actually be over pretty soon. Alright, let's check in which room. It's gonna spawn in room number 4. Wow. Now it's gonna move a D6, and if I roll, well, whatever I roll, I'm dead, because it doesn't use doors. Yep, it's gonna move in here, and it's gonna kill me. And that was that on the first turn. So yeah, thanks for watching this short playthrough, and yeah, better luck next time.